Welcome to TIK Radio.
This Christmas on TIK Radio, we light up your inner spark.
Hello? Monica Susana. Hello? TIK Radio.
We can construct happiness for us. And you can learn how to be happy, I think. Correct. Yes. But at the same time, I think, Dorita, in the way I've seen it, and I think the verb be and being is different than in Spanish verbs, because the Spanish verb ser o estar. Ser, be happy, being happy, estar feliz. So, we need to learn the difference. And no one else is going to do the job for us, to being happy. Because we can learn how to be happy, but the happiness is not, I think it starts from a decision. And it continues with a lot of work that I don't think, now these days, now that we have all this information, because back in my generation or my mom's generation or my grandma's generation did not have all this information. They were not able to comprehend. But now we have more tools. Now we have more access to things. So I think it's not only the physical, you have to take care of yourself and, self-care, but then the spiritual, which gives you the sense of purpose, but then the intellectual, how you're open to learn, or relearn, and how you're relating to people, how you're connecting, how you and I are connecting. How is it that I'm emotionally connecting positive with you? If not, all those connections, you also need to observe that. And then the emotional, how much, what is it that you would like to express? How is it that you would like to talk about? If you would like to talk about your happiness or not? Do you want to be open about it? It's so many things that, that you have to kind of, that's why I think it's a science, because it covers a lot of aspects. There are different benefits, and it I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm trying to, I'm thinking in Spanish and then trying to correct. And it's when your heart is engaging the mind. Your heart has cells that transmit the same messages in the brain. Yes. Happy is to smile. Yes. Is to feel love. Yes. It is to enjoy. It is to neglect past failure and pain and embrace the survival and the living of life itself. Yes. I agree. Totally agree with you. Yes. So I do feel that it's a science, and we need to teach that science in school. in life, Dorita, we need to we need to be teaching that, and we have to relearn. There's so many benefits, of just trying to be and understand And there's also the part that we're not, contributing, Dorita, like the way you're contributing right now to this conversation. That is also happiness. It makes me happy to see that I resonate with you in this level of communication and the way you're bringing information into the chat. It makes, it's making you happy to talk about this, so it's also the contribution, like how you're contributing to. It's far, a little bit far, but I'll try to put it in the chat. But this is what, Dorita, I want to share this information with you, and it's a very interesting information. And the professor that I was taking Kabbalah, he was referring to the heart, and that the heart has 100 more times of electricity than the brain, and 5,000 more of magnetism than the brain. So the heart is a machine, electromagnetic machine, that gives proportionate impressions and it could measure how we vibrate. So that the importance of take care of our heart. Oh yes, Dorita. Yes, crying can be happiness. Yes, the feeling of emotion is a part of what it meant to be alive. Yes. Yes. I agree with you. I cry so many times during the day, sometimes from happiness, and I try to do it more, like it happens more with happiness and, that with sadness. But sadness, it's a different crying. I don't know if you feel it, but I think it's more of a silent crying when it's sad. And when it's a happy crying, it's more like a vivid crying. I don't know if I'm explaining. Because I think crying is because it's connected to our nervous system, so happy crying, it's more of a, like you said, releasing, the relief of it. I've experienced many happy crying, and I think everyone is different, everyone experiences different and express emotions differently. And maybe, for me, crying might be a universal response, but maybe not for others, because I cry, like I told you, I cry like every day. So it's common for me, even my daughter looks at me and if we're watching a movie, she'll look in my eyes and it's like, oh my God, no mom, don't start crying. So, and sometimes, I express relief, gratitude, joy, or, oh, it's so cute, so the tenderness, but other people, expresses differently, so I respect that not everyone, express the same way. But yes, it is, I agree with you, Dorita. For me, I do emotional release when I'm crying. See, my daughter was playing piano. Soy mexicana, de México, Dorita, de la Ciudad de México. Sorry, I was asking her. Eres mexicana, americana de Texas. Muy bien. Yo soy mexicana, americana de México. So she's Mexican American from Texas, and I am Mexican American from Mexico. So I don't think I'm naturalized, but but I'm still from Mexico. I'm really proud of Mexico. So, but I love US, so. Yeah. uh, See, that's happiness too, to be proud of being Mexican and eat chile. Oh, yeah, yeah. Dorita Cannon. I don't know if I've seen you in another chat, but I remember the Dorita, um, in another life, probably. Jeff, do you see the owl? I just put the picture in there. Nick, I'm glad that you had a nice Thanksgiving. Let me see, how's your dad? I think I asked you how's your dad and your brother. I don't know if you responded. I hope they're doing good. Oh, so your family was here in Texas while Texas was turning into the USA. Oh, nice. My family was not in the US no, my family was from Mexico City, yeah. Then we moved to, I was born in Mexico City, Colonia Roma. So the movie Roma is like the movie of my life, exactly like that. When I was younger. Then I was going to private school, nuns, only girls. And suddenly we moved to America. Yes, that movie, it's amazing movie that, that resonates with my whole life, with my parents, with the way I was raised up, everything. You have owls visit you, Jeff, then stuff gets crazy. Yeah, they come and move a lot of stuff, when that owl visited me, then I divorced. So I don't know. I'm trying to look into the positive way, and I think it was, it was a good thing, or maybe I don't want to label it bad, but yes, that was the last visit, and it was, my daughter couldn't sleep that night, and then I got divorced a month later, probably, yeah, 2 months later after that. Dorita, we should do a show, we should do a seminar about happiness. How we need to start teaching this new science of happiness. Sometimes I don't know, I don't want to sound, well, it's not what I sound, but I start laughing, during the day for the silliest, the silly things, and I won't stop, I won't. Then if my daughter starts laughing with me, then we'll both get, laughing out of nothing, So I don't know if I get, like happiness shocks or how can I call them? Hi, Bobby G. Welcome. Good morning to you. How's the future, Bobby? Tell me, how is my future looking? Happy future? Bobby's in UK. I'm in Mexico, Dorita. And then Jeff is in Indiana. And, oh, thank you, Bobby. Thank you. And then Nick is in Colorado. And who else is here? Super Sam was, I don't know Super Sam, where is he from? But it's only Bobby Yee, you. Merry Christmas, Bobby. How's your Christmas? Dorita, I didn't say Merry Christmas to you. How was your Christmas? Nice. Bobby, are you planning your trip to California or not? Let's talk about New Year's resolutions. Short, medium, and long term. Is a trip to California in your short, medium, or long term? Not at the moment. Okay. So let me read what Dorita says. I read once that scientific research determined that happiness has a limit of threshold. A person can reach an ultimate limit of happiness, and then there's no ability to go and feel happiness beyond that limit. Sounds more like when you have a how do you say in English? I'm trying to look for the translation. Platonic, kind of a platonic happiness, platonic love, like you, like that feeling. It's more of it. Do you think? Bobby, my Christmas was beautiful. Thank you. It was very relaxing. I enjoy myself. It was good. It was good. And the next day was beautiful. So thank you. All good in this side of the world. I'm freezing, but it's not cold for Nick. This is warm, but I'm still freezing. So, Dorita, I have a question for you. Do you think now that after you say this comment and the way I kind of, my intuition is telling me, do you think there's a certain age that, that could trigger, or, it could be like certain levels of happiness and other levels of happiness? Like, do you know the age that's going to be limited, or have you read about that age so I can start preparing myself? Because I feel pretty happy right now. I don't know if I need to work my muscle. Oh, you don't celebrate Christmas. Okay, good. I was just asked to take a trip with a female tomorrow. She's a friend, not someone I'm romantically interested in. Should I go? Yes, go. Go. Have fun. Skin in the game. Go, Jeff. You need to go. But remember, you don't, your ego, just put it in your pocket. Because right now you're superpower. And Mercury, and Saturn, but it's all good. And then when are you coming back? After New Year's? You tell me how was the trip when you come back. You make sure you find me here in Podbean or... I think that when it's young and is unexperienced, is an inexperienced happiness, and especially the kind associated with love, is much easier for lack of experience. I think, yeah. It's going to be interesting, Dorita, to find out, if there's any peak or any, if it's and I'm sure, and I'm thinking that it's going to be different for male and female, Because if there's a limit, on how happy a person can feel, I'm sure my intuition is telling me that it's not only the findings, on how the limit is, but at what age or the day, because maybe they already felt that when they were younger, and of course they're not going to be, they're not going to have maybe when they're 70 or maybe when they're 50. But I would think, in the way I see my grandparents and my parents, I think it goes decline when you get older. But then I see other older women that are happy. Because I seen older women like around 65, 70, that are happy. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Well, and is there a formula or is there something that we can tap, to experience that happiness? Because I feel that, from 20 years back, like if I look at myself 30 years behind, like 30 years ago, because I'm 49, so I think I'm more happy now. I was happy there. I was really silly and laughing and always making jokes and here and there. But right now, I think my happiness is like longer time, the long, like it's a long, like more years instead of when I was younger, because there was so many questions when I was young. Even when I was between the 14 and 21, oh my God, I was questioning life about everything, That's going to be interesting to find out. Welcome, Elisa Rodriguez. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Alicia Rodriguez. Welcome. We're talking about happiness, and Dorita is explaining to us that there's that she read somewhere that scientific research determined that happiness has a limit, a threshold kind of. A person can reach an ultimate limit of happiness. And then there's no ability to go or feel happiness beyond that limit. So we're trying to figure out where's the peak or where is it, where's more happiness or less happiness, or, what triggers, It's very interesting because it's also, not only talking about the psychological side of it, but, it has to do with the material world, how many people are challenging, channeling the happiness level, or how you're channeling your level of happiness based on the materialistic income slash wealth, And if it's, I don't think it's increasing the happiness, or if it's increasing the happiness, how? Because I don't know. This is very, very interesting topic, because I have experienced the opposite. When when my income was higher, I was not that happy than when my income was lower. Just observing my level of happiness. And, I consider myself a very positive, very cha-cha-cha type of person, that always will find, there's always, I'm going for the yes, because I already know the no's. So it's so hard for me to, see the negative. So I do, yes, I do feel it sometimes, but, well, yeah, the limit of sadness, and yes. But I rather talk about happiness. But yeah, it's true. Uh-huh. So, I'm just connecting the dots right now and trying to understand if we can relearn, or if we can you know construct, like, can we do a construction of our happiness? Is that something that we could do as humans? Are we capable? I think we are. So it's like for example, okay, but what can happen at the over happiness without limits to it? Well, I'm thinking about this, and this is what, because I'm going back to the, to the idea, just the idea about being happy or be happy. And I think it's all connected to the pleasure, to the learning, and the purpose. But then, if we're looking to find happiness, then, I think, because you're talking about what happened at the over of happiness, but who says it's over? Because if you are, unless you have an idea of the happiness being, oh, I'm in a fine happiness. It's like, okay, it's like your mom tells you, go find me the, I don't know, the letter in that drawer. And you're looking for a letter, but you don't know if the letter's in an envelope or it's folded, but and there's so many things on that drawer, but your mom doesn't tell you, oh, the letter is a square, rectangle letter folded inside of an envelope, right? So I think, and this is me, I don't know if I'm making any sense or not, but put it in perspective, Dorita. And Elisa and Jeff and Nick and Bobby G. And who else is in the chat? Yeah, I got everyone. Okay. So instead of thinking about the idea of being happy, then instead of construct happiness, I don't think there's going to be a limit. I don't think there's going to be over, because it's like you want to construct, like you want to build something. It's like a Lego, Lego, and then the instructions, and then you build the Lego and you build. So I think we can build happiness. I understand the emotions. I understand that, the feelings that are, that we are surrounded by as humans, but I think I think if we find a way to construct happiness formally, like, it's my purpose in life to be happy. And I'm going to make sure that I'm going to construct that way in my life to be being happy. No, not just be happy, being as a estar feliz y ser feliz. I don't know if I'm explaining or if I'm making any sense. Can you help me? Yes, we can build happiness. Yes, we can construct. Yeah, the construction. It's a constructive, because it's a construction, because it makes, it has to be emotional. It has to be physically. It has to be mentally. It has to be spiritual, and it has to be also what you're surrounded, the material world, because you cannot be disconnected to the, material world. So I think we all agree that we can build happiness. Raise your hand if you agree. We can build happiness. Bobby G, do you agree that we can build happiness instead of the idea of be happy? Nick, do you agree with that we can build happiness? Skin in the game? Yes? Okay, raising hand, please. Okay, so, yay, gracias. Thank you. Don't drop the phone, Nick, okay? And be careful if you're driving. Oh, I know. I think we could. You're so funny, Nick. Oh, Jeff, you're so cute. Well, Jeff, it's we all get a hug, right? A group hug. Yeah. So now we could do our seminar, right? About happiness, Dorita. Now that we agree that we can build happiness. So let's all focus, and concentrate on build happiness. Thank you, Dorita, and thank you everyone for resonate with this topic. It's a very, despite all the things and the times, that we might face, but it's not an easy topic for some people, But thank you for being open to talk about it. And happy full moon. It's always a pleasure to connect. And it was a really nice, it's close to 2 hours now. When The time went so fast. Yeah. You probably would lose some happiness when my snoring wakes you. No, darling. No, Jeff. You're gonna see why I'm so happy. My snoring will exceed yours. No. Thank you, Dorita. I appreciate you were here and I'm following you now. Thank you. Thank you. It was a pleasure and it was lovely to have you here. I hope I see you soon again. Have a good night. Oh, honey, honey. Da, na, 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 na. Oh. So today is the 26th, and today it's been 4 months that I joined Podbean. Yay! Yes, Nick, you too. That's right. Yes. Well, you were in the 17, right? Like, or the 27 or the 17? August 17, yeah. I was August 26. Well, I joined before, but I never used Podbean. So, but then the first time that I did a live, me, not my daughter, but me, it was August 26. And I had one listener. Thank you for that one listener. It was you? Oh. Thank you. You're funny. Thank you for listening to me, Nick. Yes, Nick. Oh, honey, honey, da na 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 na. Are you even listening to in Spanish? Really? Wow. So you want to learn Spanish, Nick? That's nice. Muy bien, señor. Muy bien. It's a very good. Oh, thank you, Skin in the Game. Thank you, Jeff. I think I met you a month after, right? I think I met you around September. And I think we connected really nice when we started talking. Likewise, Jeff. Yes, I think it was around that time. And I know the first thing that you talked to me, it was about your book. Oakley, yes. Yeah, and you told me that you went and visit, right? The house, because it was your previous home. And you were looking forward, to finish the story. The music was supposed to be on, but I don't know what happened. It's always a pleasure to see you guys. It's done. I'm getting ready to let it go, my baby. Okay, good. Good. Yay. So now we're on to 2024. We all agree that we're going to build our happiness. That we're not going to find happiness in a relationship, in a job, in a podcast, no, we're going to build our happiness. That's the summary of the show. Thank you everyone for being here. I really enjoy today's show and sending you love. And I'll connect back, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, but I'm thinking. I have a new show. Ooh, talking about building happiness. This new show, it's gonna happen after January. It has to be the second week of January. And it's gonna be fun. But I'll keep you posted on what's gonna be this new show. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Good night, Jeff. Good night. Well, good morning to you, Bobby. Buenos dias. Good night, Nick. Good night, Jeff. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And until the next live, TIK Radio.
Go wild with generative AI in Adobe Photoshop. Create anything you can imagine just by typing a text prompt, like a jaguar. No, a jaguar on a spaceship. Yes, this changes everything. Try it now at Photoshop.com.